Discovery. Pink from Pinkerton. I am more than I think I am. Life is easy for young Pink. He takes his gifts for granted until one day he loses Petunia, the love of his life, forcing him on an inner journey. He works hard on himself, hoping for another chance that doesn't come. In desperation, he consults Sky God and learns that Petunia is not yet capable of receiving love. Pink recognizes that Petunia's role in his life has been to expand his capacity to love. In the past, you may not have been fully prepared to face facts. Being willing to take the journey, regardless of the outcome, will prove rewarding. Get ready to carry a commitment through to completion. Are you trying to recapture a past that no longer fits? If you are presently upset or struggling with a difficult situation, you may be seeking to keep something that is far less than what you deserve. Imagine something that you are presently passionate about. Allow the feeling to well up inside you. Now begin a journey to the mountain of the Sky God. Your human worries drop away as you climb. When you reach the peak, the Sky God joins you and begins to speak. Listen carefully. You have attracted this card into your world today as a sign that it's time to get grounded. You may have been feeling a little scattered with your thoughts and feelings and finding it difficult to focus and concentrate. Maybe you're feeling stressed and busy due to the many demands on you and are finding it difficult to create and manifest positive outcomes and experiences in your life. No, you are not alone. This is a very common feeling, and it is easy to get caught up in the whirlwind and craziness that surrounds you. There is a light at the end of the tunnel for you, and the best thing for you right now is to get centered and grounded. The most powerful way to do this is to align with and reconnect to the beautiful Mother Earth. You are encouraged to take some time in nature, connecting and receiving the abundance of energy and magic she has to share. This is the best medicine for your soul right now. You may like to spend some time at the beach, go for a walk, visit a lovely waterfall, or a favorite place in nature where you feel at peace. Sit on the land and feel yourself completely grounded and centered. When you are grounded, you feel a deep connection to yourself and everything around you. Six of Swords. Moving on, finding a safe haven. After an intense, demanding time, this harmonious six is reassurance that you will be able to distance yourself from strife and pressure. Finances become more manageable. You complete a demanding project at work. And in relationships, this card can show making up after a disagreement or moving on alone after a breakup. Whichever path brings you more security, serenity, and ultimately peace of mind. The literal meaning of the card is travel. I know that peaceful times will come. The alchemist's gold is no ordinary gold. It is not found in rings or coins or necklaces. It is a substance buried deep within, sometimes referred to as gold of the wise, philosophic gold, the ethereal stone, or the divine quintessence, among countless other names. For our purposes, we seek not the physical metal, but the mystical essence within each alchemist. How do we recognize it? It mimics qualities of the metal itself, soft and radiant, and its planetary counterpart, the sun, warm and bright. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. When this card arrives, there is something of incredible value at hand. It is marvelous and rare. Cherish it. Get to know its properties and its source. The gold card carries a distinct shadow. If mistaken for a purely physical material, it can lead to greed and excess, causing the alchemists to lose their way. Reverence is the key. Gate 1. Purpose. Challenges. To discover a personal, meaningful, and world-changing narrative that aligns with a sense of purpose and mission. I am. To learn to love yourself enough to honor the idea that your life is the canvas and you are the artist. What you create with your life is the contribution you give the world. Mastery. The ability to know the authentic self and a deep connection with a life purpose. My life is an integral part of the cosmos and the divine plan. I honor my life and know that being the full expression of who I am is the purpose of my life. The more I am who I am, the more I create a frequency of energy that supports others in doing the same. I commit to exploring all of who I am. What's keeping you up at night, sweet seer? This card suggests a time in your life when negative thoughts are gaining momentum and when you may find yourself expending too much energy worrying about the future. Perception is everything, so don't allow negative self-talk to trip you up. If a pessimistic mindset spirals wildly out of control, it can lead to anxiety, stress, or depression, even when your thoughts carry no truth. Are you imagining the worst instead of activating the best? Flip your perspective and send nurturing, loving thoughts to your situation to overcome any disturbing thoughts. Look to the light in your situation and notice that even the tiniest window of brightness can keep fear at bay. Use your light to expose the illusions and allow worries to dissipate and soften as your bad dreams are illuminated for what they really are. I haven't come this far to only come this far. Anonymous. When you encounter an obstacle on your journey, you may be tempted to give up. When the road ahead looks complex, you may find yourself spending countless hours in a perpetual daydream, wishing that you could find what it takes to transform your dreams into tangible reality. Close your eyes and see your goal in its fully realized form. Breathe in the scene deeply and feel the emotion that it evokes within you. Allow the fully blossomed idea to be manifest in that very moment. Take in every detail, each subtle nuance that makes this goal uniquely yours. This experience forms a very crucial part of your goal, the vision. This active visualization is only the first part of the process. Progress requires concrete action steps in the right direction. Be specific in your goals, measured in your planning, and consistent in your approach. Results will come if you continue to show up for yourself every day. Remember that time will pass regardless of whether you act or remain in the daydream state. Let your determination and desire become the fire that moves you towards action. The fox has long been fabled for its ability to breach the henhouse, despite the obstacles placed in its path. It is utter determination that drives the fox to achieve its target, and it is this same drive that asks you one simple question: how badly do you want it? I meet each new day head on, with fire in my heart, ready to tackle any challenge as it arises. Eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on things you are not. Your soul has a unique language and desires nothing more than for you to honor your true path. But we often fall into society's traps by focusing on material things, illusions of success or approval, and other ideas that block us from receiving the messages we need. Have you been trying to solve a problem with old patterns? If so, you are being asked to release your need to know the outcome and direct your attention to what matters most: your balance with self and the love within. You may be splitting your energy, trying to please others at the expense of yourself. Take a moment to release the pressure you've placed upon yourself. Free yourself from the need to have it all figured out, and dive more deeply into the process. It's possible you've been shining light on things that you are not, meaning you've been giving away your attention and power. Return to your true power by getting clear about what you value and what you stand for. Divine assignment. When you let go of what is taking your energy, fears, worries, self-sabotaging patterns and habits, you will regain confidence in yourself by bringing your full power back. No longer are you leaking energy or expending aspects of yourself. Pulling back energetically helps you create clear boundaries. Carve out a line for what you will and will not allow in your life. You've drawn this card as a reminder that you have been giving your power away by not creating clear boundaries. Have you been saying yes when you really want to say no? Have you been feeling taken advantage of, or overthinking situations in hopes that others will show up for you in the way you have for them? When you are not clear about your position, others can take advantage of you, even unknowingly, which causes rifts in your relationships. Be clear with yourself about what you need. The most kind, caring people first tend to their own needs and have clear boundaries, because when they do, they know they can show up even more fully in the service of others. Surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and the answers and support will arrive. This is what happens when we forget that the mind is meant to be a servant and start to allow it to run our lives. The head is filled with mechanisms, the mouth is ranting and raving, and the whole surrounding atmosphere is being polluted by this factory of arguments and opinions. But wait, you say. The mind is what makes us human. It's the source of all progress, all great truths. If you believe that, try an experiment. Go into your room, shut the door, turn on a tape recorder, and give yourself total permission to say whatever is on your mind. If you really allow it to all come out without any censorship or editing, you'll be amazed at the amount of rubbish that comes spewing forth. The Page of Clouds is telling you that somebody, somewhere, is stuck in a head trip. Take a look and make sure it isn't you. In the words of Osho, this is the situation of your head. I see cycle handles and pedals and strange things that you have gathered from everywhere. Such a small head and no space to live in. And that rubbish goes on moving in your head. Your head goes on spinning and weaving. It keeps you occupied. Just think what kind of thoughts go on inside your mind. One day, just sit, Close your doors and write down for half an hour whatsoever is passing in your mind, and you will understand what I mean, and you will be surprised what goes on inside your mind. It remains in the background. It is constantly there. It surrounds you like a cloud. With this cloud, you cannot know reality. You cannot attain to spiritual perception. This cloud has to be dropped, and it is just with your decision to drop it that it will disappear. You are clinging to it. The cloud is not interested in you. Remember it. Two of Pentacles. Spin. The Two of Pentacles symbolizes uncertainty and ambiguity. It indicates that the answer, like the Two Pentacles, is in the balance. Spin is a quality of subatomic particles. The particles do not literally spin around, but have a measurable angular momentum that is an important part of quantum theory. The strange behavior of subatomic particles is reflected in the up and down quality of the Two of Pentacles. Here, the energy of the twos expresses in a kind of will they, won't they sense of indecision. The duality is acted out literally. We are faced with an either-or choice, or we are juggling options. Everything is still up in the air, the outcome far from certain. The early morning forest is shrouded in low-lying mists. As you step into the meadow, you glimpse heavenly blue flowers seeming to float above the mist. Their deep color draws you closer. Each bell-shaped blossom bows down on its stem as if in prayer, humility, or gratitude. Gratitude is the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's so simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, there's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow. So discover what you're thankful for. Even the people and situations you found challenging, and watch miracles unfold. The universe is grateful for you. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of life and everyone and everything around you, and miracles will abound. In addition to gratitude, bluebells are thought to symbolize humility. As you step into the soft, gentle energy of humbleness, you'll find that your gratitude for even the smallest things in life expands. Bluebells open the door to magic. Legends describe ringing the bluebell like you would a bell in order to bring fairies to you. In the spring, bluebells grow throughout the woodlands in a lush carpet, and you can feel the magic simply by being near. The spirit of the bluebell fairy says, "The more gratitude that you have, the more bounty will fill your life. Cherish the preciousness of all things, and joy will fill your life. The universe is thankful for you." Honesty is about truth, what is in accordance to reality and facts. However, since reality is our personal experience of the inner and outer worlds, the way we perceive them, reality is not an absolute. Even facts can change over time. Science, and thus facts, is always catching up with reality and can only ever cover what it can prove within the current consciousness. We simply don't know what we don't know, and we can only be honest according to what we know and believe to be true at any given moment. Since truth can be subjective, honesty is foremost with the intention of being as truthful and real as we possibly can. Even when no one is watching, we can choose to be honest and act with kindness, compassion, integrity, and decency, all in accordance to what we perceive is true. Honesty is found inside, where the truth resonates with our heart. We know when we are honest, with ourselves and with others. We can feel it. Living in truth and honesty is liberating, as the expression, "the truth will set you free," suggests. Going against what we know to be true causes contraction and tension in our body, preventing the energies from freely flowing. When we knowingly divert from the truth, we create an alternate reality in addition to the reality that we are living. It takes great effort and energy to maintain more than one reality, precious energy and focus that could be spent on honest and worthy goals. The image. The blues refer to clarity and expression, both needed for honest communication and insights. The background shows the veil between the conscious and the unconscious. Honesty is about lifting the veils off the truth, gently and softly, with kindness. The image is dynamic, as honesty is forever moving us through illusions and forward on our evolutionary path. Honesty and relationship. Being honest with others starts with being honest with ourselves. How do we really feel? And do we feel that we can express that without being punished or shamed for our honesty? Like attracts like, so honesty attracts honesty. In relationships, honesty and integrity are qualities that pave the way to closer connections and greater intimacy. When we feel that someone is honest with us, we feel we can trust them, and it is easier to express ourselves honestly in return. Being honest doesn't mean that we have to say everything we think all the time. And when we decide to speak, we can be mindful of how we express ourselves. Kindness, compassion, and tact are powerful allies of honesty. Learning when and how to be honest is important if we are to cultivate harmonious and successful relationships. Recently, you've let go of some distractions in your life, and everything has upgraded since. You've realized that holding on to things, foods, stimulants, or people only keeps you anchored to the physical world. Truth lies in letting go of all that is not you. The daily coffee, piece of chocolate, social media addiction, or need to buy, those were once such a part of your identity, but have now diminished. This is the time to go deeper into pratyahara and let go of any attachments, even those that are less obvious. Continue to meditate, which draws you immediately into pratyahara and illuminates what it is you are holding on to. It is only from here that you can listen to the truth within and act accordingly. If you feel that this energy has been blocked or challenged in your life, there's a reverse message. This is the time to retreat and draw back into yourself, letting go of any crutches you've used in the past to make you feel good. Chocolate, coffee, social media, or TV shows. Pratyahara translates as to withdraw oneself from that which nourishes the senses. Through releasing attachment to sensorial distractions, we move closer to self-realization and eventually inner peace. What have you been holding on to distract yourself? Perhaps it's food or material possessions or surrounding yourself with people. Let go of all of that so you can realize all that you are. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah, it shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. In the darkness of night, Nightingale Spirit sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. You are so loved, and the illumination song of the Nightingale Spirit calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with the light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and a starless night. Hearken to the message, letting the music of the nightingale's song remind you that love is all around. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces that appear empty are filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen soon. If you feel like the energy of the Nightingale Spirit is being blocked or challenged in your life, then the protection message may apply to you. The darker the skies, the more it seems the dawn will never appear. But Nightingale Spirit is here to remind you that the sun will shine again. You will soon feel the love and notice the abundance that surrounds you. Sing now. Put on some music or simply sing in the empty space, for finding the light within and giving it voice will give rise to hope and help you begin to hear the call of another who, like you, was beginning to fear the light would never come. Bring the light into the darkness with love from within. Give it voice and know that daybreak will be here soon. Cycles. Out of chaos comes creation. Safety. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. Druid's Circle. Old stones hold secrets better than past lovers could. Whisper your dreams to the standing stones, and those wishes will come true. Place pink opal by the bed for peace and calm. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. Daring. Find your voice and use it, nice and loud, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. Personal riches. Small successes are likely now, and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich schemes. Ask. It's okay to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. If anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Limitless. Know your worth. Always expect the best. Never let go so that something good might happen. Let go so that the very best in yourself, your soul, can merge with you. I open the door to a new reality. I experience a vast landscape filled with light and extending to infinity in all directions. You are learning to hold the tension of opposites, of those things that don't immediately seem to go together, within your being, without collapsing into confusion, judgment, or denial. There is passion and serenity, creation and destruction, new life and death emerging within you, within your relationships. Sometimes this is hard to handle. We want to make things simpler, to just let go of the conflict and complexity and choose one or the other. You are a grand enough soul to be able to withstand the rigors of depth, to go deep, to live fully, to let the divine have its way through you requires a willingness to stand at the center of the pairs of opposites and eventually know that they are connected to each other, that they exist only in relationship to each other, to breathe and simply be. If you are consciously feeling the conflict in your life, internally or externally, then you are being initiated through fire and ice. Stay present, be patient, and wait. There is nothing to fix here, just awareness to step into as divine creation continues to unfold through you. As you master this initiation, you will find a sweet nectar of bliss dripping within. This oracle brings you guidance that the conflict you feel within or externally is a sign of your spiritual growth. Soon you will grow larger than the conflict, but for now, you do not need to engage in it, simply to be present to it and allow it to work its way through you until you are strong enough to have outgrown the conflict, giving rise to a clear direction. It may seem impossible, beloved, but it is not. You are a vast being. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming, including you, according to the perfection of divine design. This oracle brings specific guidance on any relationship matter requiring a decision. Until you have simple clarity in your heart, beyond the pushing away and pulling closer, then it is time to wait, for there is more yet to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will do well to act as feels truthful for you. There is a beautiful silence now, as I hold your hands and listen to your eyes, across a span of moments called time. There are no words that say as much, nor walls that could confine the wings of our feelings or the rhythm of our eyes. Truth speaks to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but brings an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and the knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there is little evidence of how it is all going to happen. You are being asked to listen for the truths beneath the words, rather than the superficial messages of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communications of those around you in various forms of media. You will begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper. Listen for the truth. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where truth is consistently denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it might reveal. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, is a deep sense of unhealed, toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. It is time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of self-love and acceptance. You are being asked to love yourself enough to honor the truth, even if you feel you are the only one doing so. Sacred rebels need truth like lungs need oxygen. Truth keeps the energy of life flowing through the rebellious heart. Lies dampen the spirit of the sacred rebel. Even if those with less awakened hearts fear the truth, you must not turn away from it. Don't resent this state of affairs. Perhaps your job is to show that truth can be witnessed, even when many may want to hide from it. What others do is always their choice, but through your honorable deeds done with integrity, you will be set free, no matter what the outcome. You are a truth seeker. Never deny or try to quieten this down to make others comfortable. You are meant to be an agitator at times, even though you don't have to confront people to do it. You don't necessarily have to say a word, though sometimes you will. Often you will agitate in the most loving sense by unveiling truth simply through your knowings. Hold compassion for the truths you behold. Do not use them as knives to cut another or yourself with harshness, but as the clear insight that allows one to loosen the knots that bind, simply by knowing which threads to gently tug. This oracle brings you guidance. If you have been worn down and depressed by the lies, gossip, deceit, or backstabbing going on around you, don't fret. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. Healing will come to you now, no matter how many times, in how many ways, or by how many tongues untruth is spoken. You know what you know in your sacred, rebellious heart. That truth is your connection to the living truth of life itself. Don't give up. Just open up to healing and know that the truth always, eventually, prevails. Then we have a healing process. Place your hand very lightly at the front and back of your throat and say, I now release all vows of silence I have ever made, consciously or not. I now release all lies, deceptions, and painful words, spoken or unspoken, that are affecting my ability to clearly know and speak my truth. I am held in unconditional love with protection and grace. So be it. You have finished your healing process. You might like to say something true just to anchor it. How about, within me, beyond all that rises and falls, only truth remains. If you have drawn this sigil, the reactions you are having to something is an indication that you are deceiving yourself. As a result, what you show the world is not a true reflection and may even be the opposite of what is authentic about you. As people, when we have decided it is not okay to own and accept and admit to something about ourselves, we tend to transform the unacceptable into its opposite. For example, when a man who is leading a march against homosexuals is gay himself, or when a woman who hates another woman throws a party for her, or when a man struggles so much with his sexual desire and impulses that he becomes a priest and spends his life preaching against fornication. When we are two-faced or hypocritical, especially when we don't realize it, or if we are extremely polarized in any way, we may be falling prey to duplicity. In research done in 1985, female participants in a study who reported high levels of sexual guilt as well as disapproval of erotic imagery reported low arousal response and even repulsion to erotic images when they viewed them. However, the devices being used to measure their physical arousal at the time reported the exact opposite of what they said. They showed the highest level of arousal when exposed to the images of any of the participants. Harsh judgments of other people and things, as well as our desire to set ourselves at the opposite end of the scale and prove we are nothing like that and have nothing to do with it, often points to an insecurity within ourselves. For example, if you are insecure about being a selfish person, you are likely to rant and rave against selfish people and do everything to be a leading example of a selfless person. The things that you oppose need not necessarily be inherently negative, simply things that, whether objectively good or bad, you have experienced them as personally unacceptable and shameful. If you have drawn this sigil, you are avoiding an insecurity that does exist within you and are both denying and disguising it by taking the polar opposite position.